Institutes. Today, we are going to discuss about the success story of MDH Spices. He is iconic in Indian homes, and there is no other brand a woman is likely to pick over his. He does not look fancy, but his presence on the advertisement is enough for the people to buy his product. Dharampal Gulati, the founder of MDH Spices, has been ruling millions of kitchens single-handedly since many decades now. His entrepreneurial journey goes back to the partition and is highly inspirational. Born in Pakistan, Sialkot district, Dharampaji dropped out of schools when he was only 10 years of old. That was the end of his formal education, after which he joined his father's business of spices. He was young and got distracted very easily in those days. He wanted to try his hand in other businesses and got into the business of selling soaps, as it was a new concept in the late 1930s. After this, he made frequent jumps and tried his hand at cloth businesses and also become a rice merchant. It is surprising to know that the man who built such a huge empire also took up a job in his youth days. The partition saga. None of these businesses could hold him for a long time, and he decided to take an active role in his father's business. He was beginning to settle, but a bigger tragedy had struck lives of millions. It was 1947, and he came to know that his birthland, Sialkot, will now be a part of Pakistan. He joined hundreds of sheikhs and Hindus who were fleeing to India and reached Amritsar 3 weeks after the nations had been declared independent on September 7, 1947. After a few days in Amritsar refugee camp, he moved to Delhi as he knew living would be cheaper there. Before leaving Pakistan, his father had entrusted him with rupees 1500, some of which he used to buy a tanga, a horse cart, and began charging 2 annas, that is 1/16th of a rupee, to ferry passengers from Connaught Place to Karol Bagh. These were the days of the extreme poverty, and despite calling out for customers for the entire day, Dharampaji could not take enough money to home. People insulted him in the market, and soon came a time when he could not spend another day in poverty. He sold his tanga and rented a small shop to do what he knew the best: sell spices. Learning from his father, combined with the magic of making spices under the name of MDH, took only few months to gain popularity among the people. The word of mouth gradually spread about the lip-smacking spices whose secret lay in Pakistani soil, and Dharampaji knew that the days of worrying about the food were behind them. He gained fame, and more money gave way to the biggest business opportunities. In 1953, he got his second shop on rent in Chandni Chowk, and the profit rose higher. After 6 years, MDH was buying their first piece of plot in Kriti Nagar to set up their manufacturing unit. The grounds were set to do the business on a national scale. Today, MDH sell more than 60 products in more than 100 countries across the world. Carrying the loads of his wife, his son, his 6 daughters, Dharampaji continued to struggle and make a successful business. His vision and unbreakable determination has taken his business to US, Canada, UK, Iran, Afghanistan, Europe, and several other countries. Because of years of hard work, MDH is now a 1500 crore company, and Dharampa Gulati has become the highest paid under consumer product CEO, who took home rupees 21 crore last fiscal. He left behind tycoons like Adi Godrej and the Vivek Gambhir of Godrej Consumer, Sanjeev Mehta of Hindustan Lever, and ITC's YC Deveshar. Dharampalji has strong interest in philanthropy and says that 90% of his salary is spent on charitable works. Under his leadership, MDH has developed more than 20 schools, including MDH International School, Mahashaya Chinnilal Saraswati, Shishu Vidya Mandir, etc. His motto has been to deliver his best with a belief that only the best will come back. For decades, he has provided people great quality products at an affordable price. That's all for today. We'll be coming back shortly with some more interesting content. Till then, stay home, stay safe.